Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome to Russ Can't Fly. IFR training continues. Let's get it.
Oh my goodness, Russ can fly.
All right, so back in action, back here in Charlie. I'm gonna do my pre-flight real quick and go get Vanessa, and we're gonna train today. Now, one of the things that's been crazy is that there's been all kinds of stuff going on, so the training has been really spaced out. And no fault of either of ours, you know, Charlie's fine, we're fine, everything's fine. Thank you, Lord, for keeping Charlie fine and keeping us fine as well. But the weather has been ridiculous, and now we keep having these TFRs pop up. Now, there's a little cutout around Doylestown, but still, it's kind of a pain in the butt, and, you know, you gotta make sure you're, I guess, squawking something and all that kind of stuff. So, but it's been really crazy weather-wise. I mean, you would never know that, you know, you're getting closer to the warmer months. You can see I'm in a sweatshirt and a hat. I mean, it's been crazy. And the wind, ridiculous. But the thing I like about it is it's really made me fight real hard to keep my altitude, maintain my heading, all of that kind of stuff. And so, yes, I have to fight for it. And normally I would be discouraged or whatnot, but I do know that it's really helping me, you know, fight for this thing, you know, and I am all in. Now, that's not to say that I'm not having my troubles and my struggles and all of that kind of stuff, but that's part of the process. And so I will say that if you are about to start your instrument training or you're in it and you're feeling discouraged, keep after it. This is difficult. Everyone that leaves a comment down in one of these training videos always talks about how brutal this process is when you first start. So yeah, it's going to be tough, but you know, keep after it, because I know that, you know, eventually these things will come together. I've got to try to figure out how to connect the dots between the intellectual part and the actual flying part, but that's why every now and then, and I haven't been posting those videos, I'll just go up and just fly straight and level, fly to diamond, all of that kind of stuff. So let's keep after it. And so having said that, it's time for some action.
I'm gonna turn on my Sentry too, just in case.
Okay.
I'm so paranoid when it comes to TF.
Yeah, no, I get you. I don't want to have an escort. All right. Papers, control locks, flaps. We did all of that. Pitot heat was good. Stall indicator test was good. Lights were all good. Master's on. Anti-collision's on. Nav is on.
Oh, I don't think this.
There you go. Clear prop. All right, Charlie. Check.
Hello.
Databases are current. All right, let me get myself set up here. All right, so everything looks good here. Everything is good there. All right, and just gonna be waiting for oil temp. I'm actually surprised it's not flashing on me.
Let's set up for the RNAV 28.
Okay. All right, so let's let me do this. Let's get this flight plan in. KPTW.
I don't have to tell you anymore.
And then proc, approach, airport. Yep. And it's gonna be the RNAV 28 GPS.
Yep, and notice how it says LPV.
Yeah.
That means we have vertical guidance as well.
Okay.
And vectors is
And
fine.
vectors is fine. Load approach.
Okay, and now let's just double check.
So I see. Ziwa. All right, so this is the Pottstown RNAV GPS for runway 28, actually Heritage Field. Let's see, approach course 276. Runway length is about 3,200 feet. Touchdown zone 308. Same as the airport elevation. It looks like the initial approach fix is the Ziwa. Want to be at or above 2,200.
Yep.
So we'll do 2,500 just to
read my mind there.
gives ourselves some, and it'll be 276. Looks like the final approach fix of Bidu will be at same level.
And then basically descend to our decision altitude,
Yes.
which is 625 or 652, and should be like 344 feet above touchdown zone.
Okay.
And if we don't have the runway, then we will go missed.
Do you see what that is? That little V?
Yeah, that's the visual descent point.
Okay.
Okay.
By the visual descent point, you can look up and be like, okay, well, if I could descend from here using normal maneuvers, not steeply or anything, I could just descend from here. Because sometimes these non-precision approaches, they'll take you like over the field. You remember Robbinsville?
Oh, right.
So it's better to have a VDP there. You can even calculate it.
And so if we don't have the runway environment by the decision altitude, we will go missed. And the missed approach is you climb to 2600 direct to Izebo and hold.
What kind of entry do you think that'll be?
I would say parallel.
Yeah, it would be. And one thing you did mention is the date of
Yep. So yeah, this is May to June of 2025.
Mine didn't update, but
brakes are set. Fuel is going to go over to the left main. Left main is in. Fuel pressure is good. Flight controls. That one's up. That one's down. Right turn is up. That one is down. All right, doors on traffic. Cherokee 1541 Charlie, departing runway 23 out to the west. Doors down. All right. Mixture is full rich. All right, compass is moving freely, indicating a turn. Heading indicator is moving. Ball is up. And looks like we got a little bit of a quartering crosswind, so we'll put in a little bit of correction here. Just be ready for goofy stuff. You suck. All right. I see 2-3, 2-3, 2-3. All right, heels to the floor, full power. All right, engine instruments are in the green. Oil pressure, fuel pressure, all look good. Airspeed is coming alive. And 65, 250.
when is it not bumpy when we fly?
Yeah. Been practicing a lot of trimming in this airplane. Just getting used to all of that.
A little bit more to the left because that TFR is
Okay.
making me paranoid.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was your altitude. There we go. 5, and then go to south.
Alright, I am confused. Alright.
Go back. Flight plan.
Okay.
And then scroll down. Oh, no, go back. Scroll down. And then where it says Iziwa.
Then direct.
There you go.
Still figuring stuff out, trying to learn.
Activate, okay.
There you go. So now let's make a right turn.
Okay.
And it's right there.
Gotcha.
You want to use as much stuff in here as in your iPad.
Gotcha.
That's something we could do now since
All right,
we're getting real close.
So since we're getting close, let's switch this. And let's switch this. Let's get some weather. All right, bring that in.
I will do the radio calls too, don't worry.
Okay.
Helicopter right base.
Alright, so that's going to be coming back in.
And I'll give you 22 right here for your altitude.
Okay.
You're doing very good.
Thank you.
A little rocky start, but it was okay.
What's it? Alright, so, and I'm seeing after that accident with that Cessna private charter, like, don't be messing around with your altitude.
Left downwind.
Alright, Ziwa is coming up.
And after a Ziwa, what do we do? What's next?
After a Ziwa,
Always got to stay ahead of the airplane.
yep, so it's going to turn me right, but let me see, where am I?
So look over here.
Oh, 2200, so we're going to stay at 2200.
So we're crossing 22. So yeah, we are going to stay at 22 because we do have a glide slope. And we're going to maintain that 22.
Oh, and I see the glide slope coming in. Alright,
So
so
you're going to say glide slope's alive.
glide slope's alive.
That's like a call out. And then the second call out is once it's captured, so once it's centered.
Okay.
Heritage traffic 1541 Charlie, 10 mile final on the RNAV 28 Heritage.
Alright, so I am 6.4 out, so I can start. Make sure I keep my 2200.
You're 6 miles from the final approach fix, Bido.
Yep.
Bidu. Whatever it is. And Bidu is also 22, just a little different, but just maintain that.
Yep.
And maybe you should do your before landing checklist.
Yep, so let's do my checklist here. So pre-landing, landing light is going to come on. Fuel pump is going to come on. Mixture is already to full rich. Watch your altitude. And fuel is going to stay on the right main for now. And pre-landing is good to go.
Cool.
Alright, let's pick this back up. Watch your altitude.
That needle center too.
Yep.
There is a little bit of a crosswind. I have that traffic in sight, no factor. Don't see him on ADSB, that's weird.
Alright, 3.3 from Badu.
Yeah.
Let's get this needle. Oh!
You're doing good.
Thank you. Alright, still at 22. Still on Badu. Pre-landing checklist is complete. I'm a little high, but that's okay.
This is fine.
Rather be above
Below.
than below. Altitude is my friend here.
Heritage traffic 1541 Charlie, 5 mile final, RNAV 28 Heritage. I think they just call it Heritage.
Got a caravan worth out. 4.
Yeah, it's like Heritage. Alright, glide slope is alive.
Traffic helicopter is live, final 3-1.
Alright, so let's slow her down to 90 knots here.
Glide slope's captured.
Glide slope's captured. And we go down to...
Oop.
If you go back, just start descending as you're doing.
Okay.
Heritage traffic 1541 Charlie, 3 mile final, RNAV 28 Heritage.
Heritage traffic, Cessna 200, downwind 28 Heritage. So traffic jump
Bring
on.
that in, you're going off.
Heritage traffic 1541 Charlie, 1 mile final, RNAV 28 Heritage. Looking for the traffic on downwind.
Heritage traffic, Cessna 200 will be number 2 into 28 Heritage.
Alright, we got you inside as well.
Alright, so if you look out the front windscreen, you'll see I'm still trying to get on my heading here. I'm a little bit to the right, but just trying to follow those needles. Man, that wind was blowing me all kinds of crazy.
Low.
But definitely trying to stay on top of my game here. So, man, I tell you, it is tough to navigate when that wind is fighting against you.
It's not making this easier for you.
Alright, as I come down to minimums and I take my foggles off, let's go ahead and get this
I'm
on
gonna keep
the
fighting
ground.
for it.
Alright, your minimums are right there, so you can look up.
Okay.
Okay. A little squirrely.
Yeah, that was very squirrely.
That wasn't too bad. You haven't done that in a while. Like looking for the windsock.
Heritage traffic, Cessna 200, the number 2 on final, 28 Heritage.
I always come in high on this airfield. I think I know because I just got a lot of real estate to work with.
Yeah.
A little solid.
It's cool how they have like a concrete runway.
And Heritage traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, clear runway 28 Heritage. It's amazing how sensitive that gets. Like as you get that cone just comes in, I'm like, I gotta like work on that like vacillating.
Yeah,
At least I saw what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, very minor corrections.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's windy, it's more hard.
Yeah.
A lot more harder.
No
But
vision jet.
yeah, I was looking at that. And Pilatus, I think, too.
Yeah.
When you park, I'll show you your course.
Okay. I'm sure it's like
It is.
pretty wiggly.
Okay. Let me show you. Show the audience.
Looks like noodle on a plate. Oh my gosh, that is terrible. All right.
It's honestly not that bad. I mean, we tried to do this in the simulator, but that wasn't really cooperating with us today.
All right, so menu, I want to get rid of that. So menu.
I'm gonna let you push some buttons and figure it out.
Uh.
Oh, wait, map overlays. Hold on.
Okay. Topo, terrain, traffic.
Oh. I'm gonna try this just for now.
Okay.
Okay, that's kind of annoying. I'm gonna turn those off. So the menu here,
Okay.
that's where, I knew it was like right there somewhere. Map overlays, I'm gonna turn this off.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he had it set down to like the least
All the
amount
way
of
down.
stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I remember playing with this in the little simulator thing. Another thing we could do is the RNAV 5 circle 2-3.
Okay.
You remember how to do a circle approach?
It basically aligns you, right, to a runway, but then you do a pattern after that.
Yeah. So when you're 1.3 from the runway, so let's say you passed your final approach fix, and you're 1.3 from the runway, that's when you start circling. And you have to remain within that 1.3 when you're circling.
Wow, okay.
But I think the TFR is 1.5 or something. So if we're going to do a little bit closer, we're going to circle like 1.0. Just because I'm paranoid.
Right. All right.
You want to try that?
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay.
One thing I loved about this interchange between Vanessa and I is one, again, I don't know if buttonology is a is an actual term, but you know, her being able to help me navigate through what buttons to push while we're on the ground so I can actually figure out what that looks like is awesome. The other thing is I like that she nudges me. She doesn't push me really hard, but she gets me to try things, and I absolutely love that.
So you're going to reach your minimums, you're going to hold that off, and then you're going to start circling, and then you're just going to keep that 960. It's going to be a low pattern. There's no traffic pattern. That's your traffic pattern altitude.
Okay.
RNAV 5.
RNAV 5.
It's just the regular RNAV. You're still doing the normal approach. It's just once you get past Wocus, you're going to keep going down normally. And then once you're I'm going to say 1.1.
Okay.
1.1 for today.
Okay.
Once you reach that, you're going to start circling. You're going to enter the pattern, the left downwind for runway 23.
Gotcha.
But normal circle minimums is 1.3 for a category A.
Okay.
Which is where we're at.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's going to be RNAV 5 GPS.
You're still doing the normal RNAV.
Gotcha.
Vectors is fine.
Okay.
I'll vector you.
Approach.
So you still have the regular OISA, everything.
Alright, so when I'm in map, I want to see, I go into flight plan. That gives me my list. Then if I need to scroll or go direct. Okay. Flight plan. Flight plan. Okay. Alright, I think I'm good.
Let's brief it.
Okay, so.
And even brief the circling. Normally, also, when you're circling and you're doing it at like a tower, they usually tell you, like, advise when circling. So you'll just tell them.
Alright, so, interesting. Okay, so, the dates, 15 May 2000 to June. This is the RNAV GPS runway 5, but we're going to circle. I don't know what this thing is doing. Okay, so, well, let's go back up here. So, the ASOS is 118875. The Unicom is 12297, so that's in. So what we're going to do is we are going to be at or above OISA, heading of 050. We are going to go down to 2000 Wocus, and then at 1.5, 1.3 distance, we will then circle, which will basically be a downwind leg to runway 23. Now, before you circle, so I'm at 960?
You'll be at 960.
Okay, and I should be able to see, right? Like, the only way you can do that is if you can see.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, 1.3 is like the standard circling radius.
Okay.
But just for today, because of the TFR 1.1.
Gotcha.
Or 1.0, whatever. And I trust you to stay within that thing. So it's okay if you stare at your iPad a little bit while you're circling.
Right,
Don't
gotcha.
really want you.
Okay, yeah. And so, now, here's the thing. If we go missed, then you do the missed for a 2-3, correct?
No.
You still do this missed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll send you a video on that.
Okay.
You're the second person I need to send a video on that. I keep forgetting.
Alright, so let's go back here, pre-takeoff. Alright, flaps, mixture is going to go full rich, fuel pump is going to come on, landing light's going to come on. Don't want to do something stupid. Carb heat is cold. Doors are locked. Transponder is where it needs to be. Fuel is on the right main because we were on the left main. Transponder is good. Lights are on. All right, we're good. We'll come on up. We'll call. And they've got like a little takeoff thing. Yeah, I've done a bunch of landings here because, like I said, I go get fuel. All right, final's clear. I hear him calling. Heritage traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, departing runway 28. We're going to go out to the east, Heritage. 28, all right, heels to the floor, full power. All right, good power. P's and P's all look good. Airspeed is coming alive.
Funny, I've done so many takeoffs from this airport and they never are the same.
She should be ready to go.
And because I am, you know, doing this IFR thing, it hits different since I'm not flying by myself just to get fuel.
I like that little whistle sound she makes.
Yeah.
And fixed wing just departed Heritage. You should have us approximately 2 or 3 o'clock.
I see him right there.
Okay. We got you in sight, helicopter. 1541 Charlie.
All right. Long-term heading 1000.
Heritage traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie. Right crosswind turn 28 Heritage. All right. Taxi lane light can come off. Fuel pump can come off.
Look how low these clouds are getting.
I know. Heritage traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie. Right downwind 28. Last call. Heritage.
All right, gentlemen. Have a good day.
You do the same.
Gentlemen. Just stay on this heading for now.
Okay.
So since I'm vectoring you.
200 gun, yeah.
Ocean traffic at helicopter 12
Yeah,
miles
just put those on.
southeast, about 900
All right, got it.
We're heading north.
So since I'm vectoring you,
Ocean County.
I guess we could just activate it. Vector.
Activate vectors to final.
And watch your altitude.
Foreign to traffic, please use contact 2 minutes out. Jump away, please not reply. Market.
We will soon though. I'll put this back for you.
Yeah.
Heritage traffic,
So you can stay on this heading for now.
45, we're right downwind 28 Heritage.
Do you see where we are?
Yes, I do.
So there's Awisa,
Yeah.
there's Wokus. I'm just vectoring you right between. What else can we do to stay ahead?
All right, let's get our weather.
If you're ever just sitting and flying,
Yeah,
you're doing something wrong.
wrong, exactly. All right, so I've got my ATIS.
Uh-huh.
That's the first thing to do. And then I need to get my altitude here. I'm going to get that together. Then once I do, I am going to do, let me see, I'm 11 out from that Awisa.
And Wokus, yeah. You're 11 miles out from Wokus, that's what it is.
Right,
Because we
okay.
activated the vectors to final, so it's taking you to the final approach fix.
Gotcha, okay.
Okay.
So this is where I make a call that I'm 11 out.
You're about 13 right now.
Okay.
Hey, you can make the radio calls. Let me just turn you a little bit to the right. Actually, this is a fine heading. Never mind. Ignore me. Yes, you can make the radio calls this time.
Okay, gonna try.
All you gotta say, it's the same radio calls. Just say your 10-mile
RNAV.
final RNAV.
Yeah. Okay,
5.
gotcha. So it's on traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, about 10 miles west of the field, inbound on the RNAV 5 for one-way 5. 1541 Charlie.
Good.
Word salad.
It is a little bit, and the towers are gonna be even more of a word salad. We'll try that next time.
Yeah, I don't hear anybody.
Focus is also about 5 miles. That's
Yeah.
your final approach fix.
Gotcha. Yeehaw.
What did they say the wind was at? 300?
300.
What was the speed?
Doylestown Airport. Automated weather observation 1402 Zulu. Wind 280 at 10. Peak gusts 16. Visibility
280 at 16.
Alright, we'll just try this one. If it doesn't work, then we can go around. 1541 Charlie.
Ooh.
You are about, I guess, 4 miles, or 6 miles, sorry, from Focus. Make a left turn to 049, the approach course. Intercept the approach course and maintain 2,500 until established. You're cleared for RNAV 5.
All right. November 1541 Charlie.
As you're doing that, make sure you start turning.
Yep, turn. What was the heading?
Just say intercept the approach course.
Okay. Turning to intercept the approach course. Set and maintain 2,500 clear for the RNAV GPS runway 5, November 1541 Charlie.
Good. You would say intercept the approach course, maintain 2,500 until established.
Okay.
And then you're cleared for the RNAV.
Gotcha.
That wasn't bad.
Skyline traffic, Skyhawk, 4 miles is left downwind.
Alright, let's start doing our pre-landing here. So landing light's gonna come on, fuel pump is gonna come on.
Glide slope's alive.
Glide slope is alive.
3 miles from Locust.
3 miles from Locust.
How high do you have to be at Locust?
So at Locust
Once we capture the glide slope.
to 2,200?
2,000.
2,000.
It says right here too.
Oh,
Skyhawk, 4 number Alpha is turning left base, 25 coming.
Alright, glide slope is alive
And it's captured.
and captured.
Once you cross focus, you can tell them you're on a 5-mile final.
Okay. Oh wow, come on.
Those clouds are about 3,000 feet here. Yeah.
Yep. Get over there, buddy.
I'd start descending at 2,000 too. Very slowly. And what are your minimums? Do you remember?
It's 695, I believe. No. 900, 960.
880.
880?
Because we're not circling this
That's
way.
right. That's one thing I gotta do better at dialing in as well. Those altitudes.
So of course, as things would go, the camera started dying one by one, and everything died but before we even got on the ground. But as you can see, this was an incredible lesson. I learned so much, still have so much to learn. But man, I will say that although I'm struggling, I am having a good time figuring all of this out. And I gotta tell you, if you have not thought about getting your instrument rating, you should. All right, that's gonna be pretty much it.
All right, you can look up. Tell them your short final too. That
Throw
wasn't
us
too
on
bad.
traffic. Cherokee 151 Charlie, short final, runway 5, throw us down.
That wasn't bad.
Thank you.
All right. Got a nice crosswind.
Yeah, I see that. I hear you.
All right, so I'm back home, and as you can see, I'm sorry for the abrupt end of that video, but all the cameras died, and you know, I didn't worry about it. I didn't even think about it because, you know, flying and training, those take precedent. And so I didn't even realize that all 3 of the cameras had turned off before we landed. So it just is what it is. But you got the drift. The thing I loved about that lesson is I learned so much about the different approaches. I got to land twice, which was definitely different. And I got to understand actually how the avionics were working, like what I should be looking for. Just deleting the flight plan out of the avionics was like, oh, I finally know how to do this, so I can reset, which is so important that I got a chance to do that on the ground rather than I'm trying to do that in the airplane and I'm fumbling around. So just a phenomenal lesson. So at any rate, I'm not going to belabor this outro, but I just definitely want to thank you all for following me on this journey, this part of my journey. I'm getting excited because I'm beginning to feel what I don't know, right? Rather than just being completely lost. At least I know what I don't know and what I'm trying to do and what I'm looking for. And so now that's the you know, trying to get to the point where I'm actually doing the thing, because I know what I want to do, but how do I get there? So that's it. That's the end of this lesson. I thank you all for, you know, supporting me, supporting the channel. And it's just been such a blessing. You guys all are such a blessing to me. All right, take care. That's it. Russ can fly. I'm out. Until the next lesson. See ya.